All right. Welcome to my live stream today. It's You've probably heard the news by now. Pope Francis has rejected Cardinal Marx's resignation, and are you surprised? I don't think you are. In my previous video about Cardinal Marx submitting his resignation, I specified that Pope Francis had not yet accepted his resignation, and obviously, Pope Francis has now rejected it. And there are a few reactions here. The first reaction is, did Cardinal Marx even intend to resign? And I would say he probably didn't. Um, and the second reaction was, what did Pope Francis know? Whenever Cardinal Marx submitted his resignation to Pope Francis, um, did Francis did Francis have a discussion with Cardinal Marx? So basically, a lot of the leftists and the media or whatever are going to say, "Oh, what a humble cardinal, what a humble pope." But in reality, when a cardinal supports LMNOP blessings, communion for Protestants, women's ordination, they're not humble. They're in fact defiant of the Catholic faith, and so they should resign because they're not Catholic. But in this case, uh, or in any case, when do you see an arrogant cardinal who opposes Catholicism uh, intentionally volunteer to give up power? And I would say probably never. Never unless they're forced to. And so in this situation, there's a lot of suspicion that Pope Francis worked with Cardinal Marx. They collaborated to make this kind of a sham statement, I guess, sort of like a crazy, I guess, resignation attempt, and try to make each other look good. And there's a lot of shady stuff that's going on behind the scenes, but yeah, Cardinal Marx, and it gives credibility to the German synodal path, and that's leading the church in Germany. Well, it's not really the church, it's leading the Catholics in Germany away from the Catholic faith. And this, Pope Francis's statement in regards to supporting Cardinal Marx, he said, "Oh, well, I don't accept your resignation, and you're so humble." Enough of the nonsense. Pope Francis had a chance to accept the resignation of a cardinal who was behind this German synodal path, who recently, just within the past few months, they've given, I think it's in the past month, they've given communion to Protestants and they've blessed LMNOP couples in defiance of the Vatican. So, what does that say about Pope Francis and his decision here? He supports the German synodal path. There's no way around it. He had a chance to come down hard on the Germans and he didn't. And in fact, he supported this cardinal who promotes the German synodal path. Cardinal Marx even talked about how the way forward in Germany is their synodal path. So um, this is it shows exactly what Pope Francis believes, where he wants the church in Germany to go, which is exactly where it is going. And even further, just recently, 610. Oh, that's today. Just today, Pope Francis gave a statement to some seminarians, and we're going to read a clip of it. He says, "Be wary of experiences that lead to sterile intimisms, of fulfilling spiritualisms which seem to give consolation and instead lead to closures and rigidity." And here I stop for a while. Rigidity is a bit of fashion today, and rigidity is one of the manifestations of clericalism. Clericalism is a perversion of the priesthood. It is a perversion, and stiffness is one of the manifestations. When I find a seminarian or a stiff young priest, I say, something bad happens to this inside. Behind all rigidity, there is a serious problem because rigidity lacks humanity. Contrast that with the statement he issued in favor of Cardinal Marx. So here we see that, yeah, traditionalists are the problem. It's not the people that defy Catholic doctrine. It's not the cardinals who are trying to destroy the church by changing it. It's the rigid seminarians that are the problem in the church today. So that's what's coming from Pope Francis. It's not Catholic, and this is. I don't think any of the viewers are really surprised about this. I think it's more just kind of an outrage, just because Pope Francis acknowledges that he does indeed support Cardinal Marx and the synodal path of Germany. So that's an interesting statement. So, in regards to this weekend, I'm not going to do any live streams this weekend. This one was kind of spur of the moment, and I was having some trouble setting it up, and so that was that. But I do want to say that next week is the USCC, and I'm going to have a lot of coverage of the USCCB meeting, and I'll probably have a USCCB preview, and as well as EVTN news. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I have. Yeah, USCCB meeting is going to be interesting. That'll be great. Check it out. And thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.